I thought I'd just be giving interviews and whatnot, but
Yeah.
no, I actually was able to go play in a tournament, which was very nice for
Yeah, and got second place.
I know, right? I am. Oh, game's
Just as we look at
in.
us, enough of us. Back to a game, an awesome game, which I am excited to see. And Gray is just camping out a little bit. It looks like blue. Looks like they're going to be heading down. Both teams pinging
Like
for their
even
red
Nuno
buff.
also is getting the ward too. He's probably putting that in there near the jungle wraith camp to make sure that
Yeah,
we can
and
see
actually,
where people going.
So one thing specifically about a team with a Roshan now, and for anybody who doesn't know, Roshan now actually is the Sona support player. He's going to head down here, probably place a ward at the red like you talked about near the race. He is a very, very good early game strategist. The places they hide, the strats they have, they actually execute them really, really well, and actually see them passing by the blue team. Blue teams actually might have a little bit of invade on the blue team, but
Circle
the confidence
around unnoticed, so
Yeah.
I think probably a steal from blue is going to happen, and then I don't know if they're going to be able to steal red on the Sona side, but I don't know. Maybe they're just looking to see if someone comes into the bush, but I definitely think there's going to be a blue steal for the blue side.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely should get it. I think red's going to take the red buff as well, and they're just going
Yeah.
to trade it up here. But you have to have a lot of a confidence, too, and you're level 1 and going in there and sending 4 people. You have Sona lagging behind. You don't have that damage built in there.
I think what's going to happen is that red team's probably going to ward that bush that they're in currently, and then they're going to be going back over to their blue to see if they can grab it. But the problem with that is they're going to be facing head-on probably with the Katarina, with the Graves, and also with the Alistair. So we're going to see what happens with that.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to trade buffs. That would actually be a clever play if they ran through. I mean, a lot of teams you see is they'll invade, they'll leave a ward at the buff, and then they'll go on, take their buff, and basically act to their opponents. Either they get the information when the buff goes down, if they go for it, or they can act on it and try to close in on, especially if they have a really strong early pusher in mid.
It looks like you're right. Yeah, he is taking the red. That's very smart, because I was actually kind of nervous that he was going to go back and, oh, look, we have a small little meeting in the river. We're going to see Cats, and we're going to see Morgana poking a little bit at each other. It's good to see the blue team reacted almost immediately to that.
But GGIS didn't expect the rest of the red team to be there. So GGIS is actually going to be late to lane. At the very least, actually hiding behind this wall. If he gets caught out, they're pinging for him. This might be trouble. Auto attacks coming in. Tank that stuff. Trying to support a little bit. And they're going to go in on this early scrap. Was going to go down. Tank that stuff getting pretty deep. Taking a lot of damage. The
nice
Dark Bind actually
bind.
hitting Intimate Bedtime. In the meantime, will he be able to turn to Intimate Bedtime? So it's going to get picked off by Altec. But will he be able to get... Oh, Longley so close.
Very
the
nice
dash in.
flash.
The problem is, though, is that actually gives up double buff to Corki in bottom lane, and giving up double buff to the second best player in North America in solo queue.
That is not good. That is not good for blue side.
Probably not what you want to see happen, especially the Intimate Bedtime died, so he's actually going to be down CS.
And we also noticed, too, that Corki actually got both those kills, but everyone else got the assist, so that's not a good start for blue side.
If you could start a game for the red team anyway, this would be like besides an ace at level 1 with all the kills on Altec. This is the best way for the red team to start.
He's getting his cake and he's eating it too, especially with those double buffs. He's going to be spamming that phosphorus bomb probably all game.
Because you were talking about the advantage in bottom lane with the poke that they're going to have down here, but now that he has a red buff, blue buff, and a Soda backing up.
It's the deal is kind of sealed right now.
Yeah, so that's going to actually be some trouble. I would like to see possibly them get an early pink ward down in their own Tri-Brush, which it looks like Red's already warded for.
But it looks like they're trying to make up for the lost time. They're actually going on Malphite right now. Malphite with the good shard toss. He was able to slow down, tank the stuff, and he actually looks like he's going to be able to make it to his turret.
Yeah, he's actually going to live. That was a long way and a lot of dress, but really well executed. The flash, gained that extra speed buff from that, and GG Ice on the wrong end here, getting chased up through his jungle. The slow is going down. Dashes back to dodge the Dark Binding. GG Ice. That is why he loves this character. You can definitely
tell that these are high-level players because the amount of cool and calmness that Malphite did getting out of top lane, and then also how GG Ice was able to juke out of that Dark Binding, it's very good. They all know what they're doing here, and we're seeing it right now.
What's the funny part too is if anybody that knows Claymore in the top lane, he's like the most quiet and soft-spoken guy. I'm sure when he was running away, he's like, "Oh, I'm just getting attacked, guys. I'll probably live. I'm good." It's like okay, completely cool and calm, collected. On the outside and the inside,
It's all right, guys. Don't worry about this. it's perfectly fine.
I got it. But yeah, some very high-level play. A lot of these players obviously know their champions very, very well. And GG Ice on Katarina, he pretty much mains Katarina, so that dash out of there. You know, that's pretty much expected.
It's good, and it's good to see the top and the top and the mid doing pretty well, but I'm honestly really worried for blue bottom. I mean, oh, and we have an engagement here down in mid.
Ooh.
There's a flash pop by GG Ice, and he's going to live, but with the flash down, that kind of leaves him a bit at a disadvantage against Morgana. The Vine gets off on him, and another well-placed pool and maybe Ignite. There's probably going to be some suffering happening.
Oh, yes, for sure. The good news is for GG Ice, though, is he's not actually mana-dependent, where Bishu is going to be...
Cooldowns.
Yeah.
But other than that, no. But yeah, I'm really worried. Oh, here we go. We got an engagement.
Oh,
nice
Dark Binding.
Dark Binding. Very good.
Yeah, if that slow lands, it's a lot of trouble for Morgana.
Another thing about Morgana makes her almost impossible to get ganked upon is that black shield. Like,
oh,
that
yes.
will save her from most things, and it's one of the nice little things about Morgana.
Yeah, unless you have a lot of burst to tear it down really quickly.
You're not really going to get much out of that.
Yeah, it does make her hard to get, especially with her flash up.
Which makes it difficult also for Skarner, because that means he only has left is with top and bottom to be ganking upon. But as we saw top previously, it's going to be really hard to take down a Malphite. And with bottom, with the advantage that they have currently and the wards that Sona's going to be placing out, they're also going to be very much impossible to gank. So we're going to see what happens with that.
Yeah, and one of the things to look for with these teams, too, is these guys are very patient with their flashes, where a lot of people will flash right away just because they're, you know, something scary is happening. These guys will hold on to the last possible moment. And if I was the enemy team, one of the things they should be doing is communicating whose flashes are down. And those ones are GG Ice and Claymore, actually, in the top lane. They both have flashes blown. So those should kind of be the targets for the junglers. We actually see Skarner biding his time up here in the top lane, waiting to make his move, but tank stuff's not going to go in. And if there really was a chance for you to gank Malphite at this point, it would be pre-level 6, because once he hits level 6, he can actually just use that ult to get out of dodge. A lot of times almost as a pseudo flash. That becomes a big problem. It looks like they've already put back Graves in this bottom lane. Altec doing some serious work.
He's been putting Graves back at the turret, behind the turret for like most of the entire time.
Oh, GG Ice, there's that rotate. I don't know if he's actually going to be able to convert anything out of this.
But it's good. Putting a little fear in the hearts of the bottom lane is pretty good. I mean, they're going to need as much help as possible down bottom. I mean, Graves is getting harassed pretty well, and the tower is already down to a little over half health.
Ooh, Longley's sneaking around here. Dark Binding will land. It is going to land. I don't know if they have enough damage to follow this up. He is going to get it, and I think GG Ice is done for. Yes, he's going to pick out and tank that stuff. Also follow it up, and that is a nice little play there for the red team.
For the jungle and the mid.
That's what they want to see. And it was a great, you know, it's one thing when you go down, you make a play, but the other thing, too, coming back, red team was like, hey, you know, it's pretty predictable. He's going to want to run back to lane. Let's set up a trap for him. They do it. It pays off.
Let's get something out of this.
Yeah.
And they've been doing pretty well, already at, what, nearly 8 minutes? Yep, 8 minutes right now, and it's about, what, a 2K advantage. Yeah,
about a 2K advantage. They put a lot of damage on these first line of turrets.
Yeah,
so far.
We're already seeing this go down. It might actually go down from mid-turret. It's at a quarter health right now.
I actually like the fact that Nunu is blood boiling Morgana to give her a little more attack speed in there. Just some more damage to that turret.
Everybody needs a little bit of love. Everyone needs some blood boil. I mean, it just doesn't have to be for the AD carry. It can be for the mids.
And that's actually one of the cool parts about actually playing Nunu jungles, because typically Nunu was going bottom because you would give that blood boil to your AD carry. But if you have Nunu plus another support that can buff your AD carry, your AD carry becomes ridiculously strong. So that's one thing to look for their late game team comp as well. I mean, Altec, the more they get him fed, the more scary he is going to get, just because they have so many buffs to buff his damage.
So true. I'm honestly very worried for, again, worried for Graves. He is right now at 38 minion kills to Altec's 65, and Altec's already got his Phage and his Berserker's Greaves, while sadly Graves is only with 2 Doran's Blaze and normal boots.
It looks like Malphite's coming in here, giving a little harass to tank that stuff, although Malphite, actually, he actually is going to Knight here. He's actually going to put a little bit of damage on it. The rest of his team is collapsing. Bishu and Longley coming in here. Tank that stuff wants his blue buff, but I don't think they can take it. But Aurelia and it looks like GG Ice is coming in here. The collapse is on. They have their, Tank that stuff does not actually have an ult. Dives in, actually eats the absolute zero. I know it reduces damage, GG Ice, but that is not what you want. Now running for his life. Bishu getting picked off, though, and GG Ice is going to survive this. Really great. You know, I think that was, and in the bottom lane, Altec, though, taking advantage.
Getting a double kill. Pretty nice.
Ooh,
Oh, no.
scumbag Roshan now stealing a kill from his
Support team
carry.
love too. Honestly, like, it was a good play. They managed to pick off Morgana in that skirmish for the blue,
Yeah.
but honestly, on GG Ice's part, I don't think he knew that the Nunu ult was going off. He might have, but jumping in to ult, I think that was a little almost too costly for him.
Yeah.
It could have ended really bad on his
It
part.
could have. I mean, luckily for them, it did pay off. But this is because the main problem, the big warning light I'm seeing going off is the spot lane. And the one good news, though, is they actually took this turret at 10 minutes in. So depending on how the red team snowballs this, it could be scary, but it could be a boon because now Graves going to have a lot more room to farm. He can try to freeze the lane.
They're now he's now finally farming behind his jungle, so it's a lot easier for him to be a lot safer too. So it'd actually be a little more costly on the red team's part if they wanted to keep abusing bottom further.
Yeah. Typically, the conventional wisdom for a lot of teams is they actually wait for about the 15-minute mark to take down that outer turret. Otherwise, they just keep denying CS and keep that advantage. But what red team is doing, they're like, hey, we have advantage. Like I was talking about earlier, we want to snowball it the best way we can. We're going to take that turret early. We're going to buy this early oracles. Come in here. We know it's not warded. We're going to take Dragon as well. It's going to open up all these objectives, and we're going to start pressuring. And they can even take this mid turret if they want to, since they put a lot of damage on it earlier. I mean, if they rotate up here into this mid lane, next thing you know, they have another turret. That's more global gold for their team, and they could do that. Looks like they might just back off, though.
Agreed. No, they're trying to keep the early pressure as much as possible on, and it's really good for them too. Because honestly, if they like try and just like relax back a little bit, just like farm, it might actually be a little bad for them because that might give an opening for blue team just to get like one out of their place. And they could like get a kill. It could snowball for them as well. So keeping the pressure on is honestly a good way to go.
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny to watch these players because you can tell that they're definitely keeping an eye on GG Ice. Like, he's always pinged when he's anywhere besides like in plain view. They're like, look, whenever he's in transition, he gets pinged. And they maybe that's a weakness that they see in his play since they are really familiar with him. And like they were like, all right, in transition, that's where we can catch him. We saw him do it earlier, and maybe that's part of their strategy because I keep seeing that happen.
Name of the game, keep GG down.
Yeah, I mean,
and they're coming for the double buff.
Tank
will
that
they
stuff.
Be able to get it? Yes, they will.
Yeah, that's going to someone. It's just a matter of who. And it looks like it's going to be Morgana. Right now, red team pretty much rolling really well. And then one thing we talked about, the blue team, they needed GGIs to be successful. He's getting shut down a little bit. Unfortunately, that bad early start, Altec's really fed. And this red team is so good that you can't really give them an inch because they're taking the mile.
They're doing the best they can. They're warding whenever GG Ice is on the move. With that double buff from Corki, he sealed his early game advantage, and now he's just pushing it to go.
If they have enough damage, this could be good in the top lane. Red buff, as well as the slow, going to be applied onto Griffle. Griffle's going to try to get out of this.
Hot with her pants down. Oh, she manages to stop the absolute zero. Trying to run, trying to get away. She's not going to. Oh,
not going to happen.
But good tossing of the iron for Mr. Malphite.
Yeah, and pretty good. And Long Leap, since he has that early oracles, he's cleared out all the wards. He knows that they can't see him when he's running up there, and that's the kind of position you want to be on, especially this early. And they're just taking advantage and running with it. Meanwhile, what we did miss is Bishu actually was able to pick up a kill onto GG Ice in mid lane. So just
sealing that shutdown even further.
Yeah, and Bishu is not a player you want to give any kind of advantage to. Well known for really solid mechanics, especially on a character like Morgana. We're almost going to see like
we have possibly initiate down on bottom. Oh, on a rampage is Altec. And here comes the teleport from Aurelia. Nice knock-up by Alistair. The exhaust is down on both sides. Will they be able to get Altec? He's trying to keep them. Oh, and another teleport. But Altec does go down to Aurelia. Now Aurelia is being caught out and probably going to die.
Here comes GG Ice. He wants to clean this up if he has a chance, but Bishu's come down as well.
Nice flash on Sona. She's getting out of there probably. Very nice. And now GG's probably going to die to Morgana.
The flash out.
Flash. She's trying to probably get that 10-second rule to see maybe if she sacrifices herself to a turret, but no, her team is actually there to make sure that she'll be A-okay.
Yeah, good collapse by the red team right there.
I like that play about the double teleports. As soon as Aurelia went down there, immediately Malphite followed in and was able to help secure the kill on Aurelia and make sure that Sona was alive too.
Yeah, take that stuff. Actually doing a great job of flashing, dodging that dark binding. Otherwise, he surely would have been down there. I expect red team to actually push on this mid turret and take it at this point. I don't think GGIs can defend this at all. He has no real backup. Mid turret's low.
I do believe that. who got the kill? I believe that I do not know who got the kill onto Corky. I believe it was actually Aurelia. So
good news for Griffle. He gets a little extra gold there.
Good news. He gets the shutdown gold.
That streak bonus. It's pretty good. But now it looks like they might get a second turret. But hopping in here, Claymore getting pushed out. But he's tanking through this, and there's the Morgana ult. She is really, really fed right now.
She does not have the hourglass, so she does apparently.
Altek getting really, really greedy. Everybody getting really, really greedy, but he's going to be able to pick up triple kill, but they're giving up a triple kill back to Graves.
Finally, he got that foot in, so that will definitely be helpful for Graves. Thank God.
Yeah, overconfidence right there. Intimate bedtime. If there's anything in AD carry needs to get back in the game, a nice triple kill will kind of do. That kind of helps out a little bit.
And there comes a new ice splash just to make sure.
Oh, Longleaf trying to make plays.
Why are you so mean, Longleaf? So mean.
But that would be one of those really big dough moments, though. If you're sitting there like backing, you're like, oh, that's great, and then just ice blast. Longleaf laughs all the way out with that stupid robotic voice. Awesome robotic voice.
Honestly, like the only best ult in the game is Nunubot's laugh.
So we see actually up here is Roshan now as a support, and he's pushing this lane, which is actually really good for his team. Especially when you have an advantage later in this game, you want to make sure all your lanes are pushing if you can.
It's good. It's good for the team, and it's also good for him. He's getting a little bit of farm on. He'll be able to get probably more wards, more GP5s, and also get closer to getting the necessary items for the support needs, like let's say. Aegis of the Legion, maybe. Shirelias for his team. Get that double Shirelias going. It'll be pretty good, I think. Make sure all the team. Oh, right now we have a little incursion in middle. Never mind. They're just slapping each other around a little bit, showing each other that they're both mean and nasty.
Yeah, so it's like Blues actually spread out their wards, just catching a lot of the entrances and exits they have to deal with right now. Red's actually focused a lot on that top jungle. With their warding, actually protecting entrances to Baron or the blue buff. We might see them make a play on that. Maybe rotate up to top and start to focus on that turret as well. Could be the next objective. Looks like Blue had actually pushed up towards Altek, who's just soloing bottom lane currently and just farming it up. And if we look at farm, 134 CS to Graves 83. Yeah.
83 now, my bad. But definitely that. Oh. What is happening in mid? GT just getting punched around a little bit by Malphite, but not enough to really start something.
Malphite's like, buy some more items before I care. Oh, and a great dark binding followed up by a Shoal Shackle. GTS trying to get out of this. He's not going to be able to do it. Ooh, Bishu.
And meanwhile,
he gets you down.
Spawn.
He gets you down. He kicks you. Hits a pat you like,
He doesn't want stuff happening. He wants.
I don't think they can steal this. They might try to steal it. I don't know if it's going to happen. Sky King going in there. It looks like he's not going to be able to get it.
Looks like he's probably going to be able to
Nunu consume, too good.
Instead of actually going for him, they're trying to get Graves out first. And is he going to be able to get Graves?
Altek is not going to let him escape. No. Valkyrie and Rockets.
I like the priority they had. Instead of going straight for Alistair, which they know they would kill him eventually, they decided to go, you know what, we want to get the shutdown, we want to get Graves, so immediately Alpha just flies over, Valkyrie's over to try and find him. Yeah, let's wait
for let's kill the AD carry, and we'll wait for Alistair's ult to wear off so he's actually easier to kill. We can sneeze on him and he'll die.
It's pretty good play, honestly. Usually people just go for the one person that's closest to them, but getting rid of that AD carry was actually pretty smart play. That's really good. Obviously, though, we're dealing with some pros here. Yeah,
we're dealing with some really good players that have a lot of really good focus in team fights. That's what we've seen for the red team so far. Blue team's been making some plays back, though. They've had some good kills, some good plays over some busts, but red, now at this point, taking so many objectives.
At this point, too, at about 19 minutes, they are nearly 10K ahead. Actually, 9.5K.
Yeah, which before 20 minutes is not the way you want to be. That's a big lead. If we're talking about 10K, like 40 minutes, you're like, okay, that's not so bad.
But at 20 minutes, I mean, I'm pretty sure only one dragon objective has been taken, and so with that lead, you can see it's 3-1 on towers for red side. They've been killing 2-1 kills basically. Yeah. This lead is pretty big. Yeah,
I mean, the main thing you're looking for, too, is it's not just the fact that they have all this gold and they have better items than you. It's the fact they also have levels on you. And early in League of Legends, levels are actually almost better than some items in some cases because your spells are so much stronger and just overall your stats are better than your opponents. And right now, Red actually has a lot of members. There's 2 levels ahead of their lane counterparts or better. So that's another factor right now that's just dealing with him. It's not so much just the gold; it's also the levels, and it just kind of compounds on itself. When you get farther in the game and everybody evens out in levels, that part doesn't become such a big deal. Then it's just all in the gold.
But levels mean more power, and more power means your opposing team is going to hurt. Oh, there might be initiation here from Skarner.
Take that stuff. Actually, eat some creeps.
And eat
Purple caster minions MVP right now. For the enemy team.
Pretty sure they're the OP ones, right?
Yeah.
The purple ones, I'm pretty sure.
So the fun part is it's 5v3 in mid. Looks like Skykin's making a play. They're sucking them all in, though, but Morgana's going to get off a 6 soul shackle here unless everybody flashes away.
They managed to take down...
Claymore just getting in there, doesn't care. Actually has a lot of tankiness and intimate bedtime. Sorry, buddy. You're not going to live through this one.
What we didn't notice, too, is actually Aurelia managed to get a kill on Sona up past the middle turret, my bad, and was able to get away right around in the jungle of the enemy team.
Bishu might fall here as well. Aurelia and GGI's doing some work here, but they're actually going to trade. Oh, no, they're not. Okay, GGI's actually dashing out. I thought he actually died there. But here's the big problem. I was going to mention the fun part is it was 5v3 before they started the fight, and Altec and Longley were pushing. Altec's actually going to take this inhibitor. And they really can't do a lot about it. He's not really scared. Skykin's going to bump him away. But he doesn't care. Actually, great little juke right there.
And said, but when there's 3 people
when there's 3, that's about time. But he still is able to get the inhibitor.
And flying away like no problem.
Tank that stuff wants this. He wants this bad. He wants this so bad he can taste it. Trying to use that speed. And Altec.
No, but here comes Nunu with the blood boil and the slow, saving his beloved AD carry. That was some very good play.
Massive hearts going out to Nunu right now from Altec.
Much love.
But yeah, that was actually a good play right there, bailing his teammate out. They really, really wanted Altec right there.
That's the worst thing, too, when your team is so far ahead of the opposing team. You could fight, like, 3v5 or 3v4 or even 4v5, and your AD carry can do whatever he wants, which in this case was pushing down bottom 2 turrets and an inhibitor.
Yeah, so what I'm expecting here from the red team is they're pretty far ahead. I don't think they want to force a Baron necessarily, but they are going to have ward advantage over there. They're going to be able to force a fight if they really want to, and especially with a Nunu on board.
I do not think Nunu has died either. That is still his very first oracles right there.
And with Nunu on their team, they actually have the smite consume advantage, at least for securing Baron. So I think they have a pretty good shot at Baron if they want to pursue this.
If they had a Cho'Gath feast, that would basically seal the deal on Baron, I'd say.
Yes.
We may have an initiate coming up. Is Sona? No, Sona's going to instead poke a little bit at... and there's the ult from Malphite and the ult from Sona. Absolute Zero and the ult from Morgana.
It's like, do you really want to run away? Where are you going to run, GGIs? Instead, he's going to try to take Roshan now, but it's not going to work. They have intimate bedtime. Great, actually, quick draw positioning-wise back into his team. They actually pull Bishu really far and headbutt him under a turret. He's going to hourglass to try to survive. It's not really going to work out for him, but Altec's coming in here, and this is a scary, scary Corki right now, able to shred anybody he wants. Tank that stuff, sorry.
He just does not care with the quadra kill.
Yes, the quadra kill.
Who did he miss for the penta? Who took his penta? Who did it? So mean.
Some scumbag. I'm sure he'll watch this replay.
I bet it was Sona.
And find out who. Oh, it's probably Roshan. He would be that guy.
That dude right there.
But Altec right now 13-2-3. Looking pretty stellar.
Another inhibitor turret and to the inhibitor itself. Aurelia is the only one up currently. There's not much she can do, especially when Alphec is trying just to bully her. Look at this with blue and red buff. She's getting shredded right now.
Oh, and there we go. Griffle entering in there, but I don't think they have enough.
They're
trying to fight this out. Claymore coming in. Yeah, he is fed and a half.
He is pretty safe right now.
Oh, GGI's able to pick it off. His teammates abandoned him. That works too. Claymore down, tanking turrets for some reason.
This might be pretty bad though. GG getting those kills, getting the double buff. Good flash from Malphite.
I'm starting to feel like this is kind of a case of like they felt like they were really ahead and pushed it a little bit too far because they definitely had. They definitely could have took 3 inhibitors if they didn't want to fight and instead they just want to take the inhibitors.
But it's still pretty daunting what has been left for blue team. I mean, all 3 inhibitor turrets down and 2 out of the 3 inhibitors gone as well.
And all the wards ever covering the approach to Baron.
I feel like the walls are kind of closing in for the blue team.
Yeah, the fat Gragas is singing.
Fat Gragas is definitely singing. I feel like even though GG's finally gotten some kills and a shutdown bonus, I don't think that's going to be much to help for his team. Also, poor Graves right down there. 364, only 138, and they got red team got the dragon, but he hasn't even finished an IE yet, nor a Bloodthirster. When we see Corki here, he has his Infinity Edge, he has his Triforce, he has even a Last Whisper, and he's working on probably a Quicksilver Sash, maybe?
Yeah. And I think that's probably definitely nice, because the only thing that could happen to him is they impale him, grab him, pull him out, and follow that up.
Quicksilver Sash, he'll be good to go with that.
Yeah, and really.
Oh, and there's the bait for. Oh my God! And Alistair goes down.
Yeah, no getting out of that.
And definitely with the with their jungler gone, they can probably.
Oh, nice little setup
ease.
Around the corner. GGI sees it, loses half his health before he can even do anything.
Oh, that is painful. Oh.
That's dirty, and I don't think they want to really engage here. They might try as last-ditch effort, but I wouldn't recommend
Sona
it.
going mad mode.
Tank that stuff, could jump in there and try to smite steal it, but again, as we talked about earlier, consume smite a little bit stronger.
Too good. Yep, he's got the Baron Nashor without much.
Oh, Altek looking for him.
Skarner waiting there, praying to any god that he does not get caught, which he won't, but he needs to get back to his base quickly because the assault from the 5-man red team is coming.
Yeah,
and
I don't think blue team can stop this if they
mad.
wanted to.
Look at Longley go.
They're gonna need a mobile fountain. Great initiation right there.
Look at all
Altek's
these
completely
ults go out.
safe.
Corki just going in, shredding everything. There is the ult from Skarner, pulling him into the turret, but that is not going to do much to take down the Corki.
There's the quadra kill. We
Is
followed
that
up.
a penta? It's
Oh,
a
pentakill!
First pentakill.
Why
of the
not?
night.
Yes, first EoS pentakill right there on Altek.
And probably the GG's going out right
and why
now.
not? He had so many quadra kills before they were stolen by him by scumbag Roshan now.
And about time he gets his pentakill. That is a GG to red team. Good job. Congratulations.
Yes, great job.